My name is Ron Lapointe. I'm a drummer, play at the Asheville Guitar Bar, and I'm especially happy to be playing at the Asheville Guitar Bar Friday with Mr. Jimmy, because at that time we're going to celebrate his birthday. Well, I was born and raised on a farm in northern Maine, not exactly the center of the blues. And my first experiences with music was hearing my mom play the piano, an uncle playing the violin or the fiddle, people dancing, smoking cigarettes, and playing cards. So I got to witness a lot of good, happy partying as a kid. And then when age 9 came, my dad had hired someone to work in the harvest on the farm that fall, and he had a pair of drum brushes. And he would turn over my mom's cooking pans, and he would play the brushes. Well, it captivated me. I was totally enamored by the sound of it and the action. And he would do something, and he says, "Would you like to do this?" And he'd hand me the brushes, and I would play it. Within a year or two or so, I remember my mom and dad purchased a $32 Sears and Roebuck snare drum for me. And they said, "That's wonderful. Now go in the barn and play all you want." So we started there and eventually got a drum kit. And by 1960, I helped form the first rock band in northern Maine. And we played what we heard on the radio. Everly Brothers, Elvis Presley. That was my realization that I really wanted to play drums. And so Johnny and the Trouble Tones, as we were called then, were together for a couple of years. And then after I graduated from high school, I headed out to California. Started at a community college in Santa Monica, full-time student. And to help support myself and help my brother, who was supporting me, to go through school, I started gigging. And I got some really interesting gigs around that early 60s. Downtown Los Angeles had a whole strip of clubs, country, rock, rhythm and blues, strip clubs. There was all kinds of activity downtown Los Angeles. It was really exciting. Around from 1974 through about 1978, got to really play on a lot of blues festivals, and mostly on the East Coast, all the way from London, Toronto, Ontario, down to Jacksonville, Atlanta, and so forth. And then I left the Bill Chinnig Band after we did the Atlantic Records called Badlands in 70. It was printed in 78, as I recall. But I moved back to Los Angeles in 81. And decided to completely change direction. I went back to graduate school and got a teaching credential and became a high school teacher with the Los Angeles Unified School District. I taught high school kids for almost 30 years. The whole new direction was playing African drumming, which doesn't require a kick drum. It just requires your hands and an awful lot of stamina. But put together an African dance troupe with some wonderful dancers in Los Angeles, and had some wonderful djembe players and dunumba players, and we played traditional West African drumming. I would describe myself as a lyrical drummer. That's the term that comes to mind. To me, the song is everything. You listen to the message that's being expressed through the song, and you want to find the groove that that supports that message, that fits into that lyric. And that's the art of drumming to me. Improvisation leads to creativity. It opens the opportunity to create something different or something new. And it also allows you to hear what others are creating in the moment. The spontaneity is really, really, when it works and you spontaneously create something new and you get into that zone, it's really exciting. So the Asheville Guitar Bar is sort of the center of my musical scene here in Asheville. It's just to get to play with Will Ray, to get to play with Swing Step, and all my musical affiliations, we all kind of call the Guitar Bar home. From the blues to some rock to some jamming to some wonderful barbecue. The Asheville Guitar Bar is indeed representative of how warm and wonderful it is to be living in Asheville, North Carolina at this time. if you're thinking about it, you ain't gonna play it. You can't think about it. And that's what the blues did for me. It took me out of my head and put the drumming into my heart. And when you play from that space and you're not thinking about it, you're feeling it. And that's when the chemistry really happens. When the guitar player, the bass player, and everybody's in that zone where you can tell when that's happening in blues. I've had the experience in other genres of music, but never like in the blues. In the blues, when it's really coming from your heart and from your soul, you feel that deeper than any other music I've ever played.